Oh my goodness. Ms. Johnson, I feel your pain.
Yes, ma'am.
I feel your pain.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the way you say you got sent home because she came to your job and they found out you were not black, white, but black, and therefore they sent you home because she
Yes.
wasn't allowed there?
Yes, they sent me home
Where
because
is
they
this
can't
place?
have people like her there.
People like her. They had
Yes.
people like her because they had you.
Like I said, her and I are different, obviously.
Ms. Johnson, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry.
If you can talk, because whew, God help me, because I
I'm a
feel
little
like
bit-
coming down there and knocking some sense in your head.
Your Honor, I'm just really saddened that I'm here in the first place and that you and everybody else has to hear and know that my daughter is suing me for $600. And I have to say I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not surprised
Why not?
because my daughter and I, the best thing about this case, Your Honor, is that I get to see my baby because we don't talk and I don't see her ever.
Coming up,
She can't pass for white.
we're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
It's
So how
really-
did you find out where she was?
Well, I ran into a friend of hers that
A white friend?
Yes, ma'am. And she told me that my daughter frequented a certain grocery store, so I started frequenting the store just in hopes that I would see her because I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to see if she was healthy, that she was happy, and I knew that I would be able to tell that if I could just look into her eyes, that I would know how she was doing.
She may be healthy and happy physically, but she's not healthy.
Well,
She's emotionally destroyed.
Well, you know, Your Honor, this happened a while back because my daughter, she's never been happy in her own skin, basically.
That's why I said she's emotionally destroyed.
And because her father, he died shortly after she was born, and he was very light complected. And so she took her color from him. And as
She's
you can,
not that much different than you in color. She can't pass for white.
Your Honor, you must not be looking at me.
yeah, but you're
I'm looking at you real clear. And you know good and well, you don't know because you're ignorant, but we come in all different shapes.
well, Your Honor, I wanted my daughter to have a better life than I
As
did.
every mother does.
And, you know, she expressed to me early on that she wished that we were both white because of the challenges that she had experienced in school. And she saw that the darker skinned people she felt were having a harder time. So she didn't want that kind of life. And so
And naturally so. I understand that. Wanting more, wanting better. But she could have more and better without dismissing her mother.
yes.
That's the part I don't understand.
Well, Your Honor, you see, I'm very much more dark complexion. And so not only did she like my skin tone, she didn't like my hair, or the way that my hair looked, because as you can see, she has that beautiful, silky, straight hair. But I tried to explain to her, Your Honor, that that God created us all the way that we are, and that as long as we were healthy, that we were blessed, and it didn't matter what color that you are, you know.
Yeah.
And I tried to share that with my daughter, but she just didn't want any parts of me.
Coming up,
Why are you crying?
we're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
So what did you do when you went to her job, when you finally found out where she was and where she worked?
Well-
feeling a mother's pain and love
Yes.
for her child.
Well, Your Honor, when I went to her job, I wasn't trying to stalk her or anything. I just needed to talk to her. And so I was just telling the security guard there that my daughter was in there and that I needed to talk to her because I had to share something that was
Did you
was
get
really
a chance
important.
to share it?
No, Your Honor, because the security guard just looked me up and down and let me know that
You weren't welcome.
I wasn't welcome there.
You want to share it now? since she won't allow you to share it elsewhere?
Yes, Your
Hear
Honor.
what she got to say?
What'd you say?
I don't want to hear what she has to say.
You got self-hatred. You're living with self-hatred. Trust me, I know it, because I lived with it. I didn't like my thick, nappy, quote, hair, my big nose, my dark skin. I know what you're feeling. But the way you're dealing with it, lying about who you are and what you are and your parentage and your heritage is not the way to handle it. You've got to learn to live with the skin you're in. Do you realize that? Do you realize that?
I realized that I was happy before she came.
You don't have to hate yourself. You're beautiful as you are, no matter what skin color you are, but the beauty comes from within, not from without. And you're nasty within. And that's because you are hurting and don't like yourself. But you can get some help and deal with that. But not listening to your mom and hating her. She was born the way she was born. Did she have control over that? No way. Now, I understand from what I read, what your mother has to tell you is something very private about her health. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
And I don't know if you want to share it with the rest of the world. But I'm not so sure that she'll let you sit and talk to her.
She got to say what she got to say now.
Say it.
I went to my doctor because I hadn't been feeling that well. And he took one look at me and saw that my color was different, that I didn't look good, and he asked me what had been going on. And so, and I shared with him that I was so worn out and stressed out because I didn't have a relationship with my daughter. My blood pressure was high. Everything was going wrong. So the doctor ordered several tests for me, and I took those tests, Your Honor.
What's the diagnosis?
And the diagnosis was terminal, Your Honor. And I needed to, that's why I was at the club, Your Honor, so I could talk to my daughter and I could share with her and I could tell her what was going on with me. Because I wanted to be able to say goodbye to her before it was too late. I wanted to let her know that I loved her. I wanted her to know that I forgave her for all the hurtful things that she said to me, Your Honor. I love you, baby. You're always going to be my baby. I don't care what has gone on before, Your Honor. So that's why I was there.
Why
Not
you
to
crying?
try to get her fired.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
What you feeling?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Judge Maybelline's verdict when Justice with Judge Maybelline returns.
I'm not ordering your mother to pay $600. You lost your job because you lost the night shift, and the $600 because of your lies, because of your dishonesty. Had you simply said to that man, yes, that's my mother. Can I have a minute to go talk to her? He probably wouldn't have told you to go home. But that was the only way she could get to see you. You did that. So, judgment for the defendant, I'm denying your claim, but I'm ordering you to go sit down and have a conversation with your mother. If you don't want to talk, just let her talk and you listen. Now, that's the order of the court.
Judge Maybelline has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been denied.
I just want to apologize to you, and I guess that I'll try my best to work on myself.
And I want to say, you're beautiful. I love you.